everybody. We're back. You're tuning into the Knitting Place podcast.
Number, we have no idea.
No idea. It's been so long.
We know it's not 17. It's 15 or 16. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Thanks for being patient with us.
We've missed everybody. Right?
Yes, a lot. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I can't believe it's almost Christmas and, well, Hanukkah passed already.
Hanukkah's over. I'm Dinah.
I'm Pam.
In case you don't know who we are, my pan handle, I guess, is the Knitting Place on Instagram, and I'm the Knitting Place on Facebook.
I am Pam Sapp on Instagram, and I am Pam Sapp on Ravelry.
I forgot Ravelry.
I don't know what I am. I guess, is it my whole name on Facebook?
I think
Pam Sapiens on Facebook?
I think it's Pam Sapp. I don't know if it's Pam.
Well, don't worry about Facebook. Yeah, just worry about Instagram.
Forget about Facebook. Facebook's out.
It's passé, as my kids would say, right? Only old people are on Facebook, and we're not old.
No, we're not old.
We're not old. We're young at heart.
There you go.
So what's everyone been doing? Dinah, what have you? What's been up with my Dinah?
We have a
lot. Dinah.
There's a lot that's been going on.
Yeah, there has been.
We have had a birth.
Yes, we did.
Congratulations to Pam.
A little one.
We'll start with life.
Yeah.
A new little
olive. Literally an olive, right? My daughter had her second little girl, and her name is Olive.
Olive what?
Olive Wren, like
That's
the
a beautiful
Burge.
name.
W-R-E-N.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. She joins big sister Lucy. And as we keep saying to Lucy, sister, look at sister. Give sister kisses. Kiss sister.
How is she? Is she good with her?
What is this thing I'm calling a sister?
She's like, no idea.
She's only 20 months old, so you know.
But she's pretty good with her.
She's fine with her. She's fine. Listen, every month
she
that
hit her
passes,
over the head?
I think they said she stepped on her head last week. I have no idea. Obviously, she didn't do. If she did, she didn't do any damage. So, but you know, I mean,
I'm sure it was an accident.
She's fine. She's fine. She's fine.
We need pictures. Are
Yeah,
you going to throw me some pictures?
We'll insert a picture because I did knit some things for Olive. So,
yes.
If you know, my daughter, of course, brought her home from the hospital. The blanket was backwards.
She didn't have it right side facing.
It was wrong side facing.
And
the arms were like this. I said, Emily, really, you didn't style that very well.
It's hard to style a newborn.
I sent her a message today. I said, Emily, you need to take a picture of Olive. You have to style her.
No, we need pictures.
That's what I said. So
she's homework.
We'll get some pictures. Yeah, she has homework.
So we'll be inserting beautiful pictures of
So
Olive.
that was exciting news on that line, on that whatever.
And then there was a loss for me.
Yes. Yep.
Unfortunately, my dad passed away, and it has kept us from podcasting for a while. So thank you all for being patient. I'm not going to dwell on it, but
well, we can say that for both occasions, it's nice that we were surrounded by family.
For sure.
Right?
Loved
because
ones.
the strength comes from family.
Yeah.
You know, and
we have a lot of new norms.
Right.
New sisterhood.
Yes. Exactly.
New life without dad. And we're going to take it one day at a time.
Exactly, Dinah.
Grandma, too.
Yeah, well, thank you. Grandma, that's the whole thing. So everyone keeps saying to Lucy now, Grandma, it's because, you know, she says, I was there one day last week and she was saying.
What's she call MJ?
Gigi is the other grandma. So she's saying Gigi. Sheila is the woman who what babysits is Shia. The dog is Mia. Dada. Mama. My other daughter's Audrey. Audrey. Where's Grandma? Nothing. Grandma. It's Grandma, Lucy. It's Grandma. And she'll look at me.
She knows who Grandma is.
Silence.
She knows who you are. She just can't say it. She will.
So that's the thing. I mean, it's going to be her version of Grandma when she says it, which is fine.
It's absolutely fine.
We're waiting.
All right. Can we talk knitting?
Yes, we can.
Get my mind off of things?
Yes.
Okay, good. We're really just rolling off the cuff. I have absolutely no show notes. Usually I write things down. So we will start with FOs.
Sure.
It's been a while, so we have a few bundled up.
You go first.
Okay. Well, since we had technical difficulties when we came back from Rhinebeck,
Yeah,
let's talk about our Rhinebeck
we did
sweaters.
podcast when we came back from Rhinebeck, but
It's the long lost episode.
we were just watching part. Never made it to prime time, as they say.
Poor sound quality. Hopefully this one's better. So, why don't you start with yours?
Well, I don't know if you, maybe
Does
I was going to say
everyone know?
people saw we went to Rhinebeck.
It's kind of like old news.
Right, and we each made a throwback. And this is mine, the green one, and Dinah's was gray. And we both used the Dream State, 3 colors of Dream State in ours. And we used
it's funny, they look similar. The yolks look similar, but they're different.
Yeah.
They're different.
Do you know what you used?
I know I used Salty Dog.
I think this is my Salty Dog in here.
I used Nostalgia.
And I think I used Mississippi Marsala.
I don't know what my first color was.
And Nostalgia. So
no, my first color was Salty Dog. My second color was...
I don't know, what is that? I don't know what that color is.
I think it was Shades of Earth.
Is that Shades of Earth?
Yes, I just didn't get to the blue part of it.
Wow. And you had the same color as I.
Right.
But you can see the difference. Mine is darker than yours. Mine is more like a Bordeaux kind of a color.
I wonder if you could see it. On camera, it looks like mine is a little bit more heathered. But from far away, it really does look like the same color. But mine is more heathered. Mm-hmm. Whoops. And yours is definitely more solid in the sense that it doesn't have the tweed.
And for the base, the main color, we use the Blue Sky Woolstock.
You used Wild Time?
Wild Time, yes.
I think I used, what is it, charcoal? I don't know.
Now.
It's dark gray.
Yeah, dark gray. Whatever they storm clouds.
I think it's cast iron or something.
I think you're right. I think it is. I think it is
some kind of crazy color.
Yes, stick that back down. Sorry.
It's okay.
And so we wore at Rhinebeck, right?
Yes.
And you also had.
I should have brought it.
What is that?
The
what did you wear?
Sweater.
The Tecumseh, right? She had the Tecumseh. She had 2 sweaters for Rhinebeck.
And shame, I don't even recall who the winner was. I'd have to look on my phone. We finally got the prize out. You know, everyone has been so patient.
Right. Everything's been a bit delayed.
I know.
But understandably so.
Yes. So thank you everyone who's watched, who's, stayed in touch. And sorry deliveries were a little delayed when I was out. But we had the Tecumseh knit along. It was wonderful. I sent out the package finally. She was greatly appreciated. And I'm sorry I don't know your name by heart. It's been a little crazy. But anyway.
But she appreciates her package. What did she get? She got yarn to make the sweater, didn't she?
No.
What'd she get?
That was the Guthrie winner. She got 3 skeins of fingering weight yarn. I think they were all primrose, actually. And then I put a cute little...
That's a nice gift.
It was a nice gift, actually. Sure. So, thank you for participating.
So that's FO number 1.
Yes.
What's FO number 2?
Well, we had a knit along, another one.
Right. Yes, we did. We did back in October. Why did we do it?
We did it right after Rhinebeck.
It was for Thanksgiving, right?
For Small Business Saturday, we did not all of Long Island, but a lot of the shops on Long Island. I guess I could start out east with... Well, I was going to start at Tabitha's. So Long Island Yarn and Farm, Tabitha. We had Tony from Knitting Cove Yarn Shop, Joanne from the Knitting Garden, Patty from the Knitted Pearl.
Right.
We had Cheryl from Knit. We had the ladies over at Oceanside from the Knitting Store. We all participated, and then us, of course, we tried to unify the Long Island shops and knit along, and it was the Malibu Shawl by Jodi Brown.
A.K.A. Grocery Girls.
Grocery Girls, yes. If you know the Grocery Girls. So this is her Malibu Shawl. It takes 3 skeins of yarn. It starts down here at the tip with color A. Then you have a melt into color B. And a melt into color C. And then you fringe with A.
Yep.
So we had a wonderful turnout for this one.
It was a quick knit.
It was a very quick knit. I think it was on a size 10 needle.
And that was from Madeline Tosh DK.
Yeah. 3 skeins,
Yep.
3 different colors. And our door prize was a surprise. I ordered a bag from Jodi Brown, from her Mrs. Brown's bags. And it came in a little late. It didn't make it quite on time. I think Canadian Post was on strike.
Canadian Post was on strike, right. Yeah.
So we were going back and forth. Anyway, we finally got it, and on Insta Live, we opened up the package.
And the recipient was quite happy.
And the winner, because we drew the winner online, she actually, oh no, wait a minute. We opened the bag, but we drew the winner.
We did draw the winner. We drew the winner in a separate live.
Right, on the first live on the Insta.
I feel like we're like Vanna White.
Not.
The envelope, please. No. Do you know how old she is, by the way?
No.
We just had this conversation in my family the other day. How old is Vanna White?
How
old do you think she is?
I don't want to.
You can guess. You're not going to insult her. She's not going to see it.
You're right.
She'll never watch this podcast.
She is. She is.
She does knit, though. But she'll never see the podcast. What do you think? Take a guess. I mean, Wheel of Fortune's been on a while. What would you say?
65?
You're close. She's 61. So my son-in-law said... So my son-in-law said...
Sorry.
I said, well, how much longer do you think she's going to do this? I mean, another 10 years, she'll be 71. You think she's still going to be turning letters when she's 71?
She could.
And he said, you probably said that when she was 51. She's not going to be doing it when she's 61. I said,
you're probably right about that. I feel bad I aged her.
Well, you know
I haven't watched it lately.
My daughter said, this all started because my daughter who just had a baby said, can you imagine her only job is to stay thin?
That's not easy.
I said, well, listen, it's hard having facials
job.
And,
It's a hard job.
Yeah. Anyway, I know that's an aside. We just mentioned, that just reminded me of that conversation anyway. Sorry.
I know, I can't do it. Anyway. Okay, so that's another FO.
Malibu, yep. And I've been doing a lot of hats.
It's hat season.
Hat 1.
I love this hat.
This is called, I'm going to turn around. Can you see it in the picture?
It's beautiful. It's a gradient.
It's a gradient from Alex Creates. I don't know what the name
of
this colorway is, but I think the pattern is called Inked. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And it's great if you have a yarn that, this is at least a worsted weight. It might be a little thicker than a worsted, between an Aran maybe, And
was it a pattern designed for his yarn, or you just gauged it?
Yes.
It was.
Yep.
I love the cake.
We didn't put a pom-pom. We didn't think it needed one.
Definitely not.
But this is one hat that we've made.
It looks beautiful on you.
Yeah,
Every
it's
hat
fun,
looks
right?
good on you.
So there you go.
Was it hard?
No.
In the round?
In the round. Very easy.
Cool.
Nice decrease there. It was lovely. It was a fun knit. That was one of my FOs.
Okay. I'm wearing an FO.
Oh, look at that. You are.
This is Turtle Dove from Espace Tricot. Melissa wrote the pattern for this.
And you did the split bottom.
I did the split version.
Which is nice. And is it like a light gray? The light gray one is what you did?
I think it's L2.
Right. By now we know these numbers. L2, L4, L6.
It is a light gray, in case you can't tell. I did the split version, easy knit from the top down. I did a 3/4 sleeve, even though I think, who was it?
Did it call for a 3/4 sleeve?
It did, but I think Woolfolk actually did one up in a full-length sleeve.
Mm-hmm,
gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to make another one.
Yeah.
It's got a pretty twisted rib neck, twisted ribbing on the edging, and for me, a split hem has a twisted rib.
Right, that's lovely.
Yes, so I did that.
So I made another hat. Going back to hats, I got the yarn at where is it now? I got the yarn at Rhinebeck. This is the one I made with the Rhinebeck yarn. It's the hat by Shannon Cook, and I should know the name of it.
Tamitik.
Mm-hmm. And this is from the wool I got here is O-Wool, which is their chunky weight yarn. It's very nice. Pretty. It's a great pattern. I like it. You could probably even change it up to other weight yarns if you wanted to. But it's made for a chunky yarn.
And it's done with floats. So we've been doing so much of the color work.
Yep.
This one is with the floats on the right side of your work.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of fun.
It's a fun hat. A quick knit. I think it was 1 or 2 nights.
Great.
It's very fast.
Does that also have a twisted rib?
That also has a twisted rib.
Not that we're giving too much away.
Yeah, no. A lot of the hats, I even made, I'm just thinking, I made a hat for Lucy. Remember the hat I made for Lucy that's burgundy?
Yes.
I think I used the Noble, the chunky
yarn. Oh, that's
yarn.
another FO. We'll have to insert a picture.
I'll have to get a picture. And I did a twisted rib on that.
Because it's just
on the bottom.
Very cute.
We'll insert a picture of that one.
Okay.
And so those are 2 hats that I've done, or 3 hats, so to speak.
Speaking of hats,
you did this too.
you guys have seen this hat. Yes, you've seen this hat, but I finally put a pom-pom on it. Our love of fur
Did you leave your ends in, Diane?
No, not.
I knew you
I
were
don't know if this is going to look good with my new haircut. No.
It's fine. Looks fine.
Definitely not.
Oh, Dinah.
I have no hat head at all.
Looks fine.
Cannot wear hats.
I love the colors.
It's called Aries. It's done using Dream State.
You use two skeins of Dream
skeins.
Now, wait a second. Now, because it almost looks like that's a solid on the bottom.
This was...
I know what it is.
Melancholia.
Yeah.
And then the top was, I think it's Robin's Egg.
Is it Robin's Egg?
Yes.
But now, what happens if you didn't use one that's as solid as Melancholia? Or was that the way you should do it?
Well, it does stripe out. It does get lighter.
Yeah, but
so it's pixelated.
Mm-hmm.
This one definitely was a little darker, but it's fun when you're using two different ones.
Right.
You know,
for the color
there's
change.
a lot of Fair Isle work. I could show you my floats on the inside so you could see.
Ooh.
You are really floating.
Nice floats, Diane.
Thanks. And these are our new Lover Fur pom-poms, which you've probably seen.
Those are the vegan pom-poms.
These are the vegan poms, and it's actually done with the tie as opposed to a snap.
Nice. The fur ones have
Aries.
My
dreams. Who wrote the pattern for this one?
I don't know.
I'm not sure who wrote it, but I will put it down in the notes on the bar.
Probably tell us who wrote it, right? Another one that Dinah knit is this one.
This is called the Big Hat by Davina Choy. We had a customer
come in.
The
yarn.
Okay. We had a customer come in from out of town. She was in from Maryland, and she had to stop in the shop, and she said the latest craze in Maryland was this hat. She said, you have to knit it. It's called the Big Hat. And what's great about it, not to mention the fact that it takes about an hour to knit because you're on a size 15 needle, she says that it doesn't ruin your hair because it's so big. So you put it on.
Or if you have a big hairdo, if you happen to have a big hairdo too, right?
It doesn't ruin your hair because it's not like one of those really tight hats.
But what you're missing, your tinsel. What is this, your fairy hair? You got a tinsel coming out there. Is that Dinah had a pom, a vegan pom that was the exact same color of the hat, but we took it off to give it to someone.
Beverly.
And we haven't gotten them in yet, so.
They're on order, so we have a perfect matching vegan pom for this hat.
But of course, well, I don't know why I
colors.
brought the yellow over. We already have the yellow and the gold. I don't know why I brought that over. But these are some other colors that it's like a salmony color, right?
Yep.
A teal.
Pink.
A light gray. It comes in a darker gray, medium gray.
And we have vegan poms to match each of these hats,
Yep.
except this one's sold out right now.
Right. We even have one to match this one, right?
Very pretty one.
Right.
Is it on the table?
The hat's on the table, but I'm just going to push this over.
Okay. There's a Ribs hat in the Wool Addicts book.
Oh, that's a nice hat. I like that hat.
This one looks good on you. Put
I
it on.
like
You have a
this
much
hat.
better hat face than I do.
No.
Definitely.
But this is a nice warm hat. Look at that. Now, Dinah, we were having a discussion. Should the hat be like this? Or should the hat be like this?
It should be up.
So Dinah says up.
Definitely.
So, anyway,
how cool is that? That is fabulous.
It's a cute hat. And you know what? It's very comfortable on. It's lovely.
I love it. It's
So
a great hat.
Another one. I think this is called
It's in the Wool Addicts book.
Berries. Berries. Why it's called Berries hat, I don't know, but it says Berries hat. And it is in a book, right?
Not sure, but we'll take it.
There you go.
Alrighty.
So have we covered all the hat bases yet?
These are great holiday gifts.
Oh, no, we haven't. We still have. Well, we're talking about the Tamitik. Let's show this one. We also made the Tamitik. I have one in gray, but we've made it in a yarn from Filatura called Halifax. And look at that. It's a great tweed. It comes in a gray and a blue and in a camel color, a beige color, ivory color. It's very pretty. And this one I have to say I knit tighter, but it still fits well. How cute is that?
So you need hair at the bottom.
She said, "Yeah, you don't, Dinah.
If you
push this and you push it, whatever you have."
If I had a pixie cut where all of this was like gone, it would be fine. But I have like little wisps of hair. My hair's just too short now.
No, but you could take this and push it back when you've got the hat on, so it's not like hanging here. I think, at least. I mean, how could you not wear a hat? You got to wear a hat.
I don't know.
So anyway, that's another one that we did. right?
Yes.
But here, show them this one.
This hat is called Wavy Legs. It's by Jodi Brown as well.
Yep.
And Lisa knit the sample up for us. Oh, excuse me. Lisa knit this hat. Stand corrected.
For herself, actually.
She said that we
She's
can
lending
borrow
it
it
to
as
us.
a sample for the week.
It's a shame the color is not, it almost
It's
looks
not
better
really-
in person.
Yeah, it's called Aguas.
Put it on, Dinah.
Here we go again. See, now I'm going to prove my point.
Well, you're going to push your hair back so that, take those wisps, and that doesn't look bad, actually. That looks nice.
Well, more importantly, look at how beautiful the hat is.
Yep. And she put, instead of doing a fur pom-pom, she put a wool pom-pom, which tells you that, I think she used one skein of Rios from Malabrigo for that.
And I think there was still leftover yarn.
And she had enough to do a
And
wool
this is
pom-pom.
a nice size, nice
So don't
size
feel
pom-pom.
that, of course, if you buy a pom-pom, it adds to the cost of the hat, but
You don't need to.
you could make a gift for someone with one skein, and I think that looks lovely.
She said it was very well written.
Yep.
She enjoyed making it. In fact, how many skeins did she buy?
Oh my gosh, she must have about 6 skeins. She's making 6 of them. She loved making it.
I love this pattern.
I love it too.
See the wavy legs?
Yep.
Love it. So that's another great one by Jodi Brown.
So we did that. It's another hat that we did. And what else?
What else? Well, being that we've been doing so much stranded work, should we talk about the cowl?
Go right ahead.
This is
Slipping,
called
stranding.
Lots of slipping. This is, these are floats, and this is called the Pammy Cowl.
Stop. The Pammy Cowl.
And it's really cute. Here, put it on.
I should have mine from the back.
I made this for Pam.
Pam.
I did.
She did. I was going to say, Dinah made this for me for my birthday.
I love it. It's a lot of fun.
I think it really comes up nice in a lighter color, that you can really see the slips nicely.
Well, Pam was kind enough to test knit it. We're still in the test knitting phase. It's called the Pammy Cowl.
Yeah.
And Pam just test knit it in a darker color. So
Of
you
course,
can
I
try
haven't woven any ends in.
You definitely see the stitches in a darker color.
I guess you can.
You can. I mean, under the neck, you're casting a shadow, but you totally see the floats.
Right. Well, I've been wearing mine every day since Dinah gave it to me, and it does keep you very warm.
It's cool.
And it's just easy to
And
put
it's
on,
fit
too.
in the back, which is really nice.
Off the head, over the head. Bum, bum, bum. Right?
So bear with us. We hope to have this for Vogue.
Yep.
So if you guys are coming down to Vogue Knitting Live, you can certainly get a set over there. And
Look at that. Dinah made a dicky.
Didn't we have a dicky last year at Vogue?
We did have a dicky. We did. What was it called? Which one was that? It was Everyone Needs a...
Everyone Needs a Dicky.
That was that one that you did for Vogue, right?
Knit Simple. This one
what
is
is
called,
the pattern called?
This one is called, okay, so I'm going to rhyme it with the other yarn in that company.
Right.
I think it's called Grete. I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
Grette?
No, it's Grete by Woolfolk.
Yeah,
if I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sorry.
That also uses luft.
It's using the luft yarn, which is the same yarn. Did we talk about that this uses luft?
Yeah, I believe so.
It took 4 skeins. It's lovely. It's
love that colorway.
Head.
Love that colorway.
I love it under a jacket. I swear, it's like such a cheat.
I'm going to put it on.
It is the coolest thing under
a jacket. Yeah,
because
I can imagine.
People think you knit a sweater, and it's totally...
How great is this?
A fake out. But it really keeps your neck warm. It's got like the mock neck. How fabulous is that?
Can you imagine you put a sweater on?
Do you have your like little black jacket? I guess you don't have
the sweater that I had? Yeah, I do. I'll get it.
It's brilliant. It's just brilliant. But the brilliant thing is, I wore it the other day. I don't know if you guys saw it on Instagram. I had a blazer on. And everyone's like, how are you wearing this bulky sweater under a blazer? The blazer was nice and fitted.
Everyone thought you had a nice Aran sweater under your blazer,
and I didn't. It's so great. So everyone should make one of these.
This is
it was
just
a fun, quick knit.
This is just a sweater I put on.
Not to mention, my kids loved it.
Your kids
I think I
liked
could knit one for each one of them, and they would all wear it. How cool.
See, look at that.
Is that brilliant or what?
Took me so long to knit this sweater.
Got a cool turtleneck. I love it.
Could be like Bazooka Joe. Anyway,
cold outside.
Yeah, it's a great piece. Thank you, Dinah.
You're welcome. I share.
It's going to be too hot. I think I'm taking it off.
FOs, any more FOs? You have the kids stuff, but we're probably going to have to. You did a really cute layette.
I made
you
Olive.
have to share what you knit.
I made her a sweater, a kimono style sweater, right? A kimono out of I use Zara.
Yep.
DK weight yarn. I made a kimono.
Were the pants in Zara also?
They were in Zara also, but it was a Burge pattern. I was looking for. My daughter wanted her to come home with pants, so I needed newborn pants, something she could wear home from the hospital. And I made,
which we found challenging.
Which I found very challenging. But it was nice because the kimono was garter stitch and the pants were also garter stitch.
Yes.
But the nice part about the pants is they had these very easy short rows in the back of the seat.
So adorable.
So that when you look at it, you could see it made room for the diaper. But it was a short row that was just
enough lift.
Knit turn. There was no wrapping. There was no slipping.
Garter stitch short rows are the best.
It was fabulous. And so I did the sweater. Did I make her a hat? I didn't.
I know you made.
I made the beloved hat from Tin Can Knits. I've got to get that from my daughter.
I didn't see her wearing it.
No, because it was too big for her.
Ah.
I made the newborn size. It was not a baby. It was a newborn size. But it was still too big. And when I put on Lucy, this was a little too small for her. But it's, I can't even explain the silhouette. It just comes like this. And I'll see if I can get it for the next podcast.
It's kind of like a helmet, but it's not a traditional helmet.
So now it's a little too, although her head has grown in the past month. I don't know if it would fit. I have to try it. I don't know. But so I did that hat and then I made little booties.
Did you do mittens?
I did little mittens. Yeah, I did little mittens for her. And,
she's so cute.
And I think that's about it for her. But that was like my month of October. Was all that, finishing up all of that stuff.
And you knew she was going to go early. We were like waiting with bated breath, and Pam was like, she's going to go early. She's going to go early.
Well, the truth of the matter is, I think she was born on a Saturday night. I actually finished something. I finished the blanket. And I did a blanket, too. I finished the blanket Saturday morning. I did it was called Shale, Old Shale or Shale? Shale from Jared Flood, Brooklyn Tweed, out of Anzula Cricket. And that was lovely, too. So we'll show you a picture of that.
Speaking of
Olive.
And Olive, we have something else. I knit a gift.
Look what Dinah made for Olive. Little lucky Olive. Oh, it's getting lost. The color's getting lost. Color is beautiful. What would you say that color is? It looks gray, but it's not.
It's gray with like a lavender tone, but you really, the light is not doing it justice.
It's
maybe if I go
yarn.
like that. That's really more the color.
Yeah. It's lovely. It's a little romper.
Really cute. Now, did Emily pick this out? She doesn't know I'm making it, or that I made it for her.
I don't know.
She picked this out, if I'm not
mistaken.
Did she pick it out?
I think she did. She likes the baubles, I know. But
I have to say, this was an international pattern.
Yes.
I don't even want to recommend it because the pattern wasn't written well.
Right. I think she saw it on Pinterest, I think is what's happened, yep.
She found it, maybe on Pinterest.
Right.
I'm familiar with baubles and writing the pattern, so I knew how to do the bauble placement, but the stitch count, everything was off. They had different directions for every part and putting it together.
And don't forget, the baubles, if you notice, the baubles are going straight around. I mean, it was knit in the round at this point, correct?
Well, once you joined it together, but the front half of the body and the back is different. Like this has a different slope because this needed to be roomier for the diaper.
Correct.
And this is more shallow, like it increased more rapidly. Going in the round, you had to increase so that you could keep the baubles in pattern. Whatever. It just wasn't written well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it is done. I'm sure she's going to.
How lovely is that? We'll have to take a picture of Olive in it and insert it.
Well, I don't know if we'll get a picture in time for the publication.
No, not for this. No, for the next podcast. Yeah. For the next podcast.
Maybe for the next one.
Well, Olive thanks you. Her grandmother thanks you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
That was lovely.
So I think that's it for FOs.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else over here. I know we have some of the, no, I think that's it.
All right, so let's move on to whips.
Oh, whips.
I have stale whips.
I don't know what I have. I have so many whips.
I have very stale ones.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, yeah, that's true. I know what you mean when you say still whips. I have that, I have the same also.
It's
I like
crazy.
a cloud is
Oh,
still
I
wet.
like a cloud. I finally finished the sleeve. I'm on my last sleeve. The sleeve island has been like, I better come back with it done. We're going away for holiday, and I just better have that. We're going literally island hopping.
There you go.
So
Well,
maybe the sleeve island will be one of those trips that I manage to get done.
well, you should. You should. Sleeve Island. Yeah, island hopping. You better get it done.
I should.
You should.
So
I have a bunch of projects. I'm working on a cowl from, I don't know. I have to say I don't know whose pattern it is.
I can put it down at the
And
bar.
I don't know. One of the reasons I don't know is you can see it's just beginning, but it uses plump decay, and it uses Dream State. Pretty colors, right?
Excuse me.
I think this is Mississippi Marsala. So hopefully by the next podcast.
What is it called?
Vintage Damask.
And it's a cowl?
It's a cowl. Yep.
Pretty.
Yep.
I love the color combination.
Isn't that pretty?
You're really into Bordeaux lately now, aren't you?
No, look at that.
Got
the
like
two
a whole,
burgundies,
yeah,
right?
Really.
So I have that, still more hats.
Are you doing hats for Christmas giving?
I don't know. Tyler's mother wants a gift. She wants something to knit. So I think I have to give her yarn.
She wants to knit?
She wants
or
to
she
knit.
wants you to knit for her?
She wants to knit.
Didn't you make her the Betty
I
cowl
am not
last year?
getting involved in that Christmas knitting like I did last year. Not doing it. I can't do it.
I
Too
did
much
no
knitting.
gift giving this year.
No, well, clearly. You weren't going to be doing that. Your head wasn't into that kind of a thing.
No.
But
I have to say, some people really look for knitting as like therapy. You know, like when you're, like some people when they're down, they'll knit. Or when they're really happy, they'll knit.
Well, every knitting is I think, different for everybody. It's really individualized. So you're saying that when you were going through all this, you didn't look to knit.
Not at all.
It just stopped you from knitting.
I could not knit a thing. Like
And
everything that I did, I knit this when I was away.
Right.
Had it done.
Yeah.
Knit this while I was away. Okay, this I just did.
That we just did. But when you were in the throes of everything, you weren't knitting.
No, I just got my mojo back.
Right.
Like I started this.
She only started it Saturday and finished it today.
Well, I obsessed because I wanted it done for the podcast.
She did. I mean, you knit the yellow hat, but that was like nothing. That was a fast
that was really
knit.
more.
But you're talking about a more.
I did knit that, but that was this after?
No, it was after.
It was also after.
Yeah,
I guess in the throes of like, I don't know, when I was visiting my dad in the hospital, although I had knitting around me all the time, I wasn't really picking it up.
Right.
Now that there's a little bit more calm in my life, I feel like I'm knitting again.
Right. Well, look at.
I used to wake up and knit every morning. Like, okay, the past.
So
couple
even in
of
the
days,
morning, you weren't getting up and knitting.
No.
You do a lot of morning. You do a lot of
that's my
morning
knitting time.
Yeah.
If I don't knit in the morning, I don't knit.
Right. Well, listen. Knitting is different for everybody. Look at Randy today, who called. She was moving. She said she hasn't knit in a couple of months, and today was the first time she picked up her needles.
Right. So for me, she's been in chaos. Right. Normally people will, I shouldn't say normally. Some people look for knitting as a refuge, like, oh, let me just, take a few moments and knit.
Right.
Some quiet time. But for me, I just,
well, I will say,
although I had it around me.
Yep. You weren't doing it.
Not like feverishly like I usually do.
No, you weren't getting the joy out of it that you normally do.
Right.
Well, I will say I had a day last week. It was one of those days when things just go wrong. And at one point in the day, I had a thought, and I said to myself, but I can knit. And it made me so happy. I have to say, it made me so happy because it was a part of the day where I wouldn't normally be knitting. But then I realized, you know what? I can go home and I can knit. It was like a refuge to me.
And it's weird.
And I mean, listen, again, a lot different from
I feel
that
better
day
about
to what.
Now.
Yeah,
I really do
right.
feel better about it. Like I used to go visit my dad in the hospital. I'd have my knitting, but I really couldn't sit and knit.
When you were talking to
him. No, I mean I had it a little bit. Like I would take it out. He admired the hat that
well,
I was
also
working
depends
on.
what the status of the person you're visiting is. If you're able to
fine.
converse with them, then of course you're going to
I
be
was
talking
to
them.
him, right? Like especially when I first came back from my trip.
No, my aunt was in the hospital last year. Like I had it with me, and I would knit when she was sleeping.
Right. So if my dad was sleeping, then I would take out my knitting. But then at the same time, I needed to juggle to get back home to Sophie.
Right. And
There's just so
sometimes,
much
it
going
has to
on.
be the right project that you can do that with.
Right.
If it's not the right project, then
I just realized there's something else that I finished.
what is that? Oh, I know what
That's
that is.
sparkle
I'll get it. I'll get it. Everyone needs a little sparkle in their life, right?
That's
Wait
what
till
Stephen. Wait, what does Stephen B say?
Oh, I know.
We all need a little glitter. I need sparkle.
You need. Is that what he says, or do you need it?
I remember when I went to visit a shop. I think
That's what he said?
Yeah, it was like on his door, something to that.
Look at
that
this.
pom pom.
That's a
That
great
is a
pom
huge
pom.
pom pom.
Which pom pom is that? The fox?
The
one?
vegan.
Look, that's not the vegan.
It
Is it really?
It
Come
is.
on, let me see the strings in there.
Look.
It is.
See?
Wow.
Vegan.
Ooh, doesn't
I
even
used
look
a
like it.
button actually to anchor it, but this
Yeah.
is a pretty sparkly yarn, sparkly hat. I don't know if you could see the tinsel. There you go.
Yeah, the little sparkles
This is pretty.
there. And it's got a nice halo because you put some silk cloud in there.
Love this hat. No, it's actually Lusso.
Oh, it's Lusso. That's right. It's
Yeah.
Lusso. It's Lusso and what? Did you do Zara?
This one I think it was Aurora 8.
I keep saying that. Why do I do that? It's Aurora 8, Lusso, and this.
Paillettes. I
Luna
feel like one of those
Paillettes.
ponies.
It's flopping around. And this is
Oh my God.
this is the Luna but I don't have the silver.
Sold out.
I do have the gold and I do have the black. Match it in black.
Stunning.
Black Lusso and black Aurora 8.
I think we're sold out of the black Lusso now, though.
Are we really?
Yeah, we need to get more product in.
This is a great one. Anyway, put a little sparkle in your life, right?
Definitely fun.
New Year's Eve. You can knit it up for New Year's Eve,
There
and
you
that
go.
can be your sparkle, right?
Definitely.
We were talking about what's on the needles, right? I'm trying to think.
I need to cast something.
I've got
now.
my sock on the needle from what's her name, Hohi, that I didn't finish. I've got so much stuff on the needle.
Second sock syndrome.
I will finish it. I will.
Welcome to the club.
That's what happens when you have a baby, right? Everything got pushed aside.
I'm not into knitting socks.
I feel like that.
If I'm not doing 2 at a time socks, forget
I
about
would
it.
never do 2 at a time socks. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it myself. But I think
So make
that's it.
suggestions. I need something to cast on.
Yeah, that is a very good idea. Suggestions. It's funny because Gina from Skein Cocaine posted on Instagram her projects for these. This is what I want to knit next year, and she had I think 9
Forecast for 2019.
Yes, she
I
had
love
9 items, and then she jokingly said, "No, next month," And I was looking at them, and I recognized one from Instagram, and then one was the Night Shift, and one was the Weekender by
I do
Andrea
have my night
Mowry.
shift at home. I could cast that on.
So there were several on there that were suggestions that people. Remember when we asked people what sweater I should knit,
Yes.
and some of them were from that.
Really?
And I recognized the name
Oh,
from
based on
what
the
people
question that we had asked on the podcast.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Right. So that was very interesting, But what would you? Well, that's a good question. What would you knit for What do you want to knit for 2019?
Not only that, what about for Vogue Knitting Live?
Let's have a conversation about that now. Okay. Everyone, you go to Rhinebeck, you have to have a Rhinebeck sweater. I found
Last
that
year,
to
I
be.
feel like we did the Swan Show for Vogue.
We did.
We
did. Well, it wasn't that we
prompted the
did it.
knit
We
along.
were doing it.
We did
and
a knit
then
along in the shop, and it became.
It wasn't created just for
No.
Vogue. It just happened that way.
We should have done that.
We should have, right?
Vogue
But
Knitting Live
I don't know. Then you have people. I have a Vogue sweater. I don't know. I just feel like it's too much pressure.
Do you have a Vogue sweater, and what is it?
And you don't have to be going to Vogue. You could just make it for that time, and you can
That's
watch
right.
what everyone's doing, right?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't have a Vogue sweater. If I finish my like a cloud, that could be it. But I don't know if I'm going to get that done.
That's an elegant sweater.
If I want to get that done, I have to say I'm going to have to knit X amount of rows a day. And I'm on the body section, and those body rows are, what is it, 330
They're endless.
stitches or something like that?
But you're joined, right?
I'm about 3 inches under the joint.
Okay. You're on Easy Street, actually. It's easy. You are. The sleeves are annoying. You know what you should do? You should do what Sue did. Do the sleeves, get them out of the way, so when you're done, you're done.
I want to get the body done.
I wish I did that.
You do?
I do. I wish I did that.
Who does that? Who does their sleeves first?
That's a great idea.
Although I will say on the sweater for Daniel, that will never get done.
Are
Brooklyn
you
Tweed.
changing?
No, it'll
He's
get
doing
done.
the same sweater?
We haven't made no progress.
Is Matt making that sweater?
Yes, he is. He'll finish his before
So
I
now
finish
you
mine.
have someone to knit with.
No, I told Dinah she's going to make it. That way she can get
I
me
should
to
make
do
it for Zach.
You should. You said you wanted to. But he starts with the sleeves.
I definitely would.
Can you imagine? I said, the sleeves.
Didn't you cast on already?
I did. But then I got about 10 inches up. And then I realized I made a mistake in the cable pattern. And I spent as much time trying to fix it. But remember, I was dropping all the cables down. What was wrong with me? Why would I think it would be easier to do that than it would be to drop it down and to just take it out?
I'm taking that class at EYF.
What?
How to fix cables.
Well, you could do that. You do all. You fix a lot of cables.
I do.
I mean, you could do.
But I could get better at it.
It was just.
I do fix cables.
Right.
I'm
this,
okay with that.
Yeah, but this was like they were going in this direction and that direction, and it was. You know why I made the mistake was I was reading the chart, and it had something to do with it being in the round, and I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just rushing too much, is what it was when I was knitting it, because I was like, I got to do it. I'm gonna get the sleeve done.
We need to get Matt and do a knit along. I'm not kidding. It'll be good for him too.
We have a great customer, a guy. Dad of 2, goes to work in Manhattan. He knits on the train. He does sometimes knit at work, right?
Yeah.
But it's amazing when a guy comes in the shop that knits. What happens, Dinah? What happens? You ever have a guy come into the knitting store that knits? Well, the women just go crazy.
I mean, we have several.
We do.
Matt's not the only one.
Right. You have David.
Mm-hmm.
And we have someone else.
Lino,
yeah.
And there's that other gentleman that came in on Saturday. I forget his name. He knits the socks.
Yeah. But when men come into the shop, women just go crazy.
It's true. I don't know why.
About a man knitting. So if you want to catch any women, guys, just, learn to knit, right?
Totally.
They don't realize it's like a magnet. Even if the woman doesn't knit, it's a magnet, right?
So funny.
It is. It really is. What is the Cashmere doing here?
Well, maybe we should go into new product.
Oh, is that what that's for?
Yes.
Oh, do you want me to bring this over?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, Diana. Sure thing.
Well,
no,
we could show.
You can show. I'll show the other stuff here.
Clinton Hill came out with 2 beautiful colors. She's got
love
gold.
The gold. Love the gold.
I don't know if it's really doing it justice.
And
it seems washed out.
It looks, well. And you can make a 1-skein hat. And again, I can't remember the name of this hat. Because
That's
with
the
a P.
Pratt hat.
The Pratt hat.
Now, did she design? I'm not familiar with all her new patterns.
She has a new one called North Oxford or South Oxford, I think.
I think she sent those to you while I was away.
Yes, I do. She came out with, before these colors came out, she came out with a hat, mitts, and it's like a scarf shawl.
Is it in the Bespoke or Bespoke DK?
It's in Bespoke. Wait, I'm lying. I don't remember. It might be, I could look on my phone. It might be DK. I'm not sure. I'm going to look.
This is the blush pink, which is really getting washed out over here. And
that's a lovely pink, though.
Yeah. Scarlet. So, of course, if you wanted to dabble in cashmere.
That came nice. That looks nice, doesn't it?
And
it's like a blue. Periwinkle blue.
I think the only color that I don't have here, actually, I don't have the light.
You don't have black.
Right.
And
there's
olive.
Graphite and the sand. What does she call it? Sand?
Yes, sand. I think she calls it sand. And the olive.
I think the olive is here.
Do we have
it? Fell.
Oh, you had it here. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it should be on the table. Anyway, the cashmere is gorgeous. We love her new colors.
Here it is.
The olive is absolutely gorgeous as well.
That is a great color.
This is so pretty it could stand alone.
So it's like, what color do you make, right? You could make the Pratt hat that I just had on with 1 skein, or you could make
the Sophia
Cowl, which is 2 skeins.
So these are just really popular in the shop. Great gift ideas.
I mean, who doesn't like a little luxury cashmere? I made on...
you are like so dressed in that color. Scarlet is really such a great colorway.
Yeah, and...
I need to get gold on my needles.
I made for Thanksgiving for a friend we were...
Tell me this doesn't have my name.
I love that name. I love that color.
I think I'm going to do that. In the gold?
In the gold, yeah. That would look nice with my plaid coat. My red plaid coat.
It would.
But the problem is it's not a warm coat, so it doesn't keep me that warm if I'm at school and I'm outside.
But this can go with anything. Would you wear this with black? Would I look like a bumblebee?
No. You could definitely wear that with black. It's not like that yellow color. It's gold.
No, it's stunning.
I was going to say something.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine this?
That's gorgeous. You know what you can make with that? The
urban wrap right here.
That's
in the
lovely.
color version.
Love it.
You know what the
I was
gold.
going to say something now about this. I don't know what I was going to say.
The new collection? You were going to go look on your phone.
Yeah, it was. You're right. Thank you. I wasn't going to say. I was going to look, right?
So those are new colors from Clinton Hill Cashmere. Thank you, Rebecca, for doing such a beautiful job.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
We love the new colors. I'm going to continue on while you're
Go
looking.
ahead. Yeah.
Alrighty. So what else do we have? We are restocked in Kahana products. So we have, well, this doesn't belong here. We have the knick-knack totes, and I'm looking up on the wall. There's pink, yellow,
nice.
gray, blue, teal, and the pink, just wanted to say, is a salmon color. So if you're looking for the little knick-knack totes, we've got a few things in here, actually. I have my little magnetic spool, which is in here, amongst other things that don't belong in here. So that's my magnetic spool. We got the mini snips, which are great holiday gifts.
DK.
It is DK.
It's DK. Yep.
Okay. Well, we have the colors in DK as well.
DK. Yep.
The mini snips are all restocked in all the colors, and they have a holiday edition. So the tassel here you see is green. The holiday edition is with silver and gold thread, metallic thread.
Right.
Very
yep.
pretty.
Yep.
Sorry, I look so tired. God.
It's the end of the
End of the day. So mini snips, we have the beautiful pouch, leather pouches, and speaking of leather, the tape measures, which are beautiful.
Mm.
This is yuzu leather, and it's embossed. And I'm just letting everybody know that the tape measure is a metric.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, there are no inches.
I was measuring something in the shop the other day, and I pulled it out, and it's like, oh, I can't do this now. It's too much thinking.
Conversion.
It's too much thinking.
So if you're into metric, these are absolutely gorgeous. It's a great gift item, but it does not have inches on one side and metric on the other. Right. It's all metric.
Right.
So that's it for restock and what's new in Kahana.
There you go. These are new, right?
These are new. Yeah. Go ahead. I forgot the name of the company. I think it's written on it.
How pretty is that, guys? Wouldn't you love to have your coffee in this?
It's like a little cup.
That's gorgeous. Little buttons on the side.
They're ceramic mugs. Yep. They're embossed with the knit stitch.
Yep. Gorgeous. And they're big mugs, too. You can like a double cup of coffee in this one.
I have lint in mine.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You're in a knitting store, right? That's what happens.
These are gorgeous. They took a while to come in. We ordered these back in...
Well, that might be his name.
June. It took a while for them to make it and actually fire them. But we have beautiful colors. There's the gray. There's blue. And the pink.
Yep.
Did we get any green? I think we might have a green one. And a gold one,
I know we got the green-blue one.
Yeah, and there's a gold. David took that one.
Right. But this is really, you're going to love this one. Look at this. How gorgeous is this?
These are little dishes. Go ahead.
Little dishes that you can put little tchotchke things in. Look at that. What does that look like, guys?
That's embossed.
Look at that.
It's lace.
Look at that stitch.
And then we have them embossed in stockinette.
Who doesn't need one of these in their bedroom? Put your jewelry on it.
Totally.
Put your darning needles.
These are the same size, right?
Yep.
Why does yours look so much bigger?
It does, doesn't it? It does. Hers is the knit stitch. Now yours looks bigger. Hers is the knit stitch, and mine is a lace pattern. Don't you just love that?
They're so pretty. So basically, you can put them on your nightstand.
Yep.
Put your rings in there. Put markers.
Love this.
Notions.
And here it is in another colorway. Look at that one. Gorgeous. Is this on the website?
No.
You gotta call us. You gotta call us if you want it.
You have to call us.
Yeah, they're very specialized.
Are we gonna be able to ship them? How are we gonna manage the shipping?
Well, that you'd have to do a special pack on, I think.
Yep.
You'd have to do a special pack on that, especially the mug.
Yeah, I'd be nervous about shipping that. Yeah. I don't know, you guys. You may have to just come in and get it.
Take a plane.
Road trip.
Exactly. Road trip. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyway, so those are new. And then...
I don't know what else we have that's new.
Well, we got pom-poms. We got pom-poms, and they're always new colors, right? These are the regular fur ones that have the snap, right?
Yes. We got lots of new colors, and you can see them on the website.
Look at that blue.
What is in this one?
It's a piece of lint.
This is like a baby pink, and it's got the black tip.
This is a blue that has a bit of a tipping on it, too. Let's see, like a beige, almost a beige to beige.
Now these all have snaps on the back, so they're removable for your hats, make easier for care. This is
Look at
white.
this one. Look at the rainbow on this one.
That's a multicolor. That's one of the fancy ones.
And they're all different.
Look at how pretty.
I mean, that one has a little bit of green in there.
See yellow and red
and gold. Yep. This is a fun one.
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
We just like a black hat.
I mean, there's also a silver, and there's black, and there's, you know.
The natural,
the Tanuki color, but just a few.
So these are the Tanuki fur, and then, of course, if you're anti-fur, we have the vegan pumps.
The one you saw, Dinah, where'd that sparkle hat go with that huge palm on it?
This is a great one. Look at how real it looks.
I thought it was the real one.
I'm like amazed.
I was going to say, wait a second, we don't have that color in the real ones. It even feels real.
Pretty cool.
If I didn't see those strings on the back of it, Dinah, I wouldn't think it was real. I wouldn't think it was fake.
It's crazy. Good quality. I love them. Love the fur palms.
Beautiful.
And these are the Tanuki. And Pam, I think that's it. I'm kind of fading.
I think we've run to the end of our...
I'm tired. It's been a while, you guys. So bear with us. We're going to get back into the swing of things.
Yes, we really should. We should try to podcast. Well, I don't know if we're going to podcast before the end of the year.
Yeah, this might be tough. So we are actually closing for holiday.
Yeah, because even if we podcast at the end of next week, you're not going to get it up in time for that.
Probably not.
But we will podcast before Vogue.
That's for sure. Hopefully we'll have some new and exciting things.
Maybe we'll have some samples. We are closing for a week, the week between Christmas
yeah, so
and
if
New
you're
Year's.
watching this, the shop will be closed. Online will be open, but shipments won't go out until we get back. So you might be placing an order online, and I'll put it on the website. All deliveries will be shipping after the new year.
Correct.
So the shop technically will be closed December 23rd.
So if you need to knit anything over the vacation break, now is the time to order your stuff, right?
Right. We literally, I have not done any, I'm really behind the eight ball.
Any what?
I haven't done any promotions like, sending email blasts out, even advertising the fact that we're going to be closed for the vacation.
Right.
But if you need to get your last minute projects or holiday knitting lined up, I always like to say, do you have your projects lined up? Do you have all your needles?
Right.
What are you knitting? What are you taking with you?
Well, that's a suitcase in itself, right?
Right, but you want to make sure you have a little bit of time to plan accordingly. You can't just whip that. I know I do that on my last day. I'm always like the last one
Okay,
out.
now what am I taking with me?
Exactly.
She's got to catch a plane in 3 hours, right?
What I'm trying to say is don't do that.
Don't do what she does.
No. As a matter of fact, the last day that I'm working, I think we're flying out that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the 22nd is our last day.
Yeah. You better have everything done ahead of time, Diana.
Which also means if you have any finishing, you know how we all like to finish here. If you have any finishing that needs to get done, you do need to get that in.
I mean, you're almost at the cutoff date now. I mean, it's 2 weeks left.
Right. Although we're in a good position with our finishing.
Right.
So you're going to want to get that in. Quick things like hats and cowls, of course, we have quicker turnaround.
Yeah, we can turn quickly. Yeah.
But if you have a sweater or something that might need more labor involved, you're definitely going to want to get those in. I would probably say Afghans are probably
done.
I don't think you can get an Afghan done.
Not happening.
I don't think so.
Not happening.
So you're going to want to, knit fast. Get cracking.
Knit fast. Get those needles smoking, right?
Get them clicking.
Get them going.
What else? I guess we should wish you all a happy holiday. Merry Christmas.
But we should let them, if you have any suggestions, though, about what, or tell us what you're going to knit next year.
Yeah. What's in the lineup for 2019? We need some things,
too. We may want to move some of that stuff into the lineup. Right?
Yeah.
I knew
What's
there
in
was
the
something
forecast?
in my
Did you have something?
eye. It was like
I hate
a piece of fuzz.
That fuzz that is dangling there.
Whatever.
All day
I
long.
just got it out.
No, I won't be tearing anymore.
Excuse me for coughing. I have a little bit of a cold, and I've been coughing, so I do apologize for that.
It's okay.
Whatever.
We love you anyway.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome. All right, you guys. So, inspiration for 2019. Leave a comment.
And we also want to say that we do appreciate everybody, right, Dinah, for the year?
This time of year.
Yep.
Very thankful.
For the customers, friends on the podcast.
Definitely.
Right?
Followers, friends on Facebook, on Instagram, people who have
I mean, we had people that came into this. Now, those people that came in last week, we had a group of women from Connecticut.
Yeah.
How did they come here?
I think it was originally from the podcast. Lydia.
Is that right?
Yeah. Lydia has her knitting group. I think they watched us on the podcast. They follow us on, I know she follows us on Instagram.
Yep.
I don't know that her whole knitting group is on Instagram, but I did tag a few. Yeah, I mean,
so
we've been really blessed
yeah.
with a lot of people taking road trips and coming out to visit us, which has been a lot of fun.
Yep.
So if you're in the neighborhood,
even if you're coming into New York for Vogue, maybe you might be coming into New York for Vogue.
Although
stop by the shop.
Crazy,
it's only a train ride. How long is the train ride?
It's 40 minutes.
If it's local. If it's express, it's like 30 minutes.
Really?
30, 35. And you can walk from the train station to the shop. So
it's pretty cool.
If you're in Manhattan for Vogue Knitting Live,
you should hop on a train.
Hop on a train. Come and visit us. Just make sure we're here.
That's right.
Because we do close the shop that weekend, right?
Well, the weekend of Vogue, we're closed. But if you're coming in a couple of days before or if you're staying after, you definitely want to come by.
Yeah, absolutely.
The store might be in upheaval
because
we're packing and unpacking.
That's the one thing about Vogue is it's
so crazy.
So much schlepping into the city.
There's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But we're definitely looking forward to the show.
We always enjoy it.
We have 2 booths this year, so that should be exciting. Should be roomier.
I know
everyone always complains that there's no room. Right.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little more room, so that should be exciting. And we hope to have plenty of yarn for you guys.
No, we'll have plenty of yarn, that's for sure.
Yeah. So with that, a huge thank you. And thank you for watching the podcast. You know, this time of year is always nice to be thankful.
Right.
But I want to say...
Happy holidays.
Yeah, I was going to just go back and quickly mention that I'm very appreciative to all the people who sent me warm wishes via all platforms, whether they walked in the door, because even if they haven't been in the shop for several years, people heard the news and they came in about my dad.
Reached out.
They really did. It was really touching.
Which was very nice, you know.
By phone, by cards, by mail, by text, messages on Instagram, Facebook. I mean, really, it was very touching. Yes, I really have a loving community with you guys, and
well, I think knitters are a special community. I really do have to say that.
Yes,
don't you think?
Very special and also very accepting. You know, it was very hard for me to bounce back, especially here in the shop. Yeah. Sometimes my nerves were shot.
Well, you just don't have a head for it. You know, a head to figure something out or to remember something.
Right, or even just bouncing back in. For the most part, there's always one, but for the most part, everyone was really, really amazing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Right.
And with that, I'm looking forward to a brand new year.
A new 2019?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And do you know New Year's Eve is 3 weeks from tonight?
Is it really?
Yes, it is. I swear. Of course it is. I wouldn't lie to you. Today is the 10th, and it's the 31st. Take 10 from 31.
You're right.
3 weeks. So 3 weeks from tonight, everyone's going to be,
putting their party hats on.
Putting their party hats on.
I know. I'll have my sparkle.
We're going to say, see you 2018. Right?
Yes.
And you're going to have your sparkle. You better take that with you on your island.
On my cruise?
I don't think you're going to need that.
On my boat?
Maybe put some sparkle in your bathing suit.
There you go. I don't think I'm putting on a bathing suit. I think I might pack a garbage bag.
Oh, stop. We're always so hard on ourselves, right?
Always.
But anyway, so we wish everyone a happy holiday, a happy new year. We thank you.
Yes.
And we'll see you when? Next year.
Next year. Bye, everyone.
So long. Happy knitting.
Happy knitting.